And now to join you and I is Medlove. The founder and the hostess is beautiful Miss Surabhi Kanal. Miss Kanal is a college student and a brilliant one as well. She always promotes humanity. Today, she has invited Mr. Shrivastav Ankit, who represents Ekal Vidyalaya. Let's meet him.
This is Medlove with your monthly talks here at Global Television Network. Welcome to all of you in the United States and around the world. I am your hostess, Surabhi Kanal. On today's show, we have a very special guest joining us from the Ekal Foundation. Welcome to our show, Mr. Ankit. We are very glad to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Surabhi, for having me on your show.
Before we begin, I would like to ask you how you came across Medlove.
Well, I actually came across Medlove through one of our mutual friends, and she recently introduced me to it.
That's interesting. Glad you're here to join us.
Thank you.
As I've mentioned before, Mr. Ankit comes from Ekal, which is a non-profit organization working to provide education to kids in remote areas while also changing the lifestyles of many civilians by teaching them about proper hygiene. Mr. Ankit, would you like to explain about the Ekal Foundation and what you do with it?
So basically, the Ekal Foundation was introduced more than 3 decades ago. The major purpose of introducing this non-profit was to spread education all across India, mostly in the rural parts and the tribal regions of the country. Ekal Foundation was initially thought of with the idea, which is still the main mission behind it, is to have one teacher in one school. And that's how they managed to have now like about 56,000 schools all across India, where they're teaching 1.5 million students now.
Oh, wow. And other statistics show that they have established 52,000 schools and educated over 1.5 million children. So what is it about this particular organization that has allowed you to make such an extraordinary impact?
Well, one of the key things was the vision of the founder, Shyamji, and the reason it became such a huge success, not only in India, but also across various other countries all across the world, is because the medium of education was set in a way where the teacher could teach the students at any place at any given time. There was no such formal setting or formal education system where the teacher would come in and teach, and there would be just one teacher who would be teaching the students through the preliminary side so that they can go to the middle school and high school to other states and other places. And that's how it became a huge success. Ekal over the years have not only been in the education, but they have also expanded towards the health and promoting health and educating others in terms of how they can keep up with their own hygiene and what are the areas or the issue that could come to them in those areas.
Speaking of hygiene and health, our name Medlove also shares Med, which is we do support organizations that support things such as healthcare. So would you like to explain about what steps this organization has taken in terms of hygiene and healthcare?
So one of the projects that Ekal has is the Arogya project. In the Arogya project, the people and doctors specifically go to the rural areas and they conduct weekly sessions with the rural tribal communities, and they teach them about the hygiene, the health, the medicines, and they also educate them as to where they can reach out to in terms of their own personal medicinal help and need.
Ekal has certainly gone to great measures to provide education and healthcare to millions of civilians around the world. But what about everyone else? So how can an average kid contribute to this crucial fight with healthcare and personal hygiene?
Well, over the years, I have learned that one of the key things that a kid should learn, and I've seen that in many kids around the world, is that their own personal motivation to learn. If someone has it, they will fight for it, and they will strive through in terms of learning from others. And I think in many areas there was a keen interest of the children who wanted to study, who wanted to learn, and that's what brought the school to them, instead of us making the decision or the planning doing it for them.
As far as healthcare, has Ekal ever encountered any STI problems or STD problems?
Ekal has not directly encountered any of those issues, but as I mentioned earlier, the Arogya project does educate, and the Arogya Sevikas, who are the women helpers who are taught, who know, who have little information, and who are also trained during the course of time what kind of situations, what kind of STIs that exist, and they train others and they let the other tribal communities or the rural communities know about it so that they can reach out to the doctors or wherever the help is available.
It seems at the end of the day, both Medlove and Ekal are both working to provide medicine and awareness to such atrocities. We applaud Ekal for all that it has done and wish the very best for all its days ahead. So stay tuned for next month's episode. Don't forget to spread love, tell a joke, keep your head up high. And this is your hostess, Sarabi Kanal, signing off.
Thank you so much.